Hi folks, welcome to the garage. What have we got lurking in here? Let us see. Woo! Oops, excuse the old rags. So folks, new addition, oops, to the garage, can't say garage, right? 1989 GPZ 900R. Basically, story is I've wanted one for absolutely years, just never got round to getting one. And with all the Top Gun stuff that's going on this now, my wife went, that's just the airbag, vest, tether, nothing to do with the bike. With all the Top Gun hype that's going on this now, my wife went to see it, Top Gun, and fell in love with the GPZ. Well, probably Tom Cruise, more than likely, but she fell in love with the whole idea of having one. She wanted one immediately, never ridden one, no idea about them at all, other than they look tremendously cool. And the main reason they look cool is the front fairing, I think. I think the front fairing is awesome. Side profile is just maybe a bit too close, but I can't go any further. It's not that big a garage. The side profile of these is just awesome. So anyway, she decided she wanted one. We've seen one advertised on Auto Trader, £2,400 down in just Midlands area. And I phoned the guy up, and obviously he said, yeah, it's sold. And I went, all right, yeah, I thought it would be fine. And he went, you know, I think I've made a big mistake with this. I think I've underpriced it. My phone's not stopped ringing. And I said to him, have you actually still got the bike? Have you parted company with it, or have you just agreed to sell it? And the guy said, oh, the guy's coming tomorrow to pay for it. Yeah, you know, no cash is exchanged hands yet. And I said, well, look, I said, if I can be honest with you, I said, yeah, it's the cheapest bike in the UK at the moment. Now, this has, or had, just about 18,000 miles, 18,000 something miles. No history with it as such, but it looks an honest bike, to be honest. It's not hiding anything. It's not, you know, it's just a bike that's been used infrequently over the years. MOT history sort of shows it as doing 300-400 miles a year, if that, and some years not even doing that. And the guy said that's what the reason he was selling it was he just doesn't use it anymore. He's changed his mind about things, and he just wanted it to go to a new home. So he basically sort of listed it. Phone never stopped ringing, but yeah, I said, look, if I can tell you honestly, yeah, it's the cheapest bike in the UK. You've underestimated the value of it. Have a look on eBay or anywhere else that's selling these at the moment. And obviously the Top Gun thing has kicked in. You know, it's added value to bikes that probably shouldn't be. But anyway, we chatted along, and I sort of said, look, I would pay you more than 2,400 for it. And we sort of came to a deal where I did pay more than 2,400, and I probably overpaid. But wanted to make my wife happy. So we agreed the price. He told the other guy that no, he's keeping it. The other guy was a dealer and didn't want to pay any more than what he'd originally agreed to pay, so he wasn't interested because he obviously wanted to sell it for maybe the price that I paid for it. I don't know. But anyway, so we rode down on my wife's Tracer, her as pillion, drove down, picked this up, done the deal with the guy, paid him by bank transfer, and I rode it the sort of 300 miles home, and it was great. It was wonderful. Big thing I found at first was the foot pegs are quite high, so you're quite, this was a sports bike, an out and out sports bike in 1984, I think, when they were launched, 84, 85. Actually, there's a picture of one at the Isle of Man TT with basically a racing number over the headlight. They probably removed the headlight, but it's basically a racing number there, and other than that the bike looks completely stock, and it won the Isle of Man TT in 84 or 85 and dominated it. You can obviously go online and sort of see about the whole, how this changed motorcycles, just the design and the way Kawasaki did it. But it rode superbly all the way up the road. Absolutely great, even although it's old-fashioned halogen headlights. The headlight on it is as bright as anything. I've not rode it at night. It's only been during the day, but my goodness, what a machine. It's got either, I'm not 100% sure if they're the original 4x2 exhaust, but it's if it's not the original, it's a very good pattern copy. It's the black chrome. I'm not sure if the video will pick it up, but it's not actually silver, it's actually black, and they're pretty decent condition. It's just an amazing machine. Now, initially when we bought it, my wife was desperate to turn it into a Top Gun replica. The condition it's in, it's not concourse, but it's in really good used condition. We didn't buy this to just have it on show. We bought it to ride it, and my wife's been out in it a few times, getting used to it, and she loves it. She's away for a few days on a ladies' motorcycling trip, and she really wanted to use this, but she wasn't sure what the comfort would be like. One thing that she doesn't like is the grips. She feels these ridges quite hard through her gloves. Now, these are the standard Kawasaki grips, as far as I can see. So we'll get her something softer, more modern, and keep these to put back on. But again, this is going to be a used bike. It's not going to be a bike that just sits doing nothing. It will be used. So we're not wanting to, sort of pretty her up and just have her, one ride a year. She's taken out classic insurance on it, because it's obviously, she's quite an old girl now, 86, what's that, 20 odd, 30 odd years old, 34 years old I think. She's 34 years old, but the classic insurance allows us to ride 3,000 miles a year, and we'll hopefully ride as many as we can. She'll go away early when it starts getting cold, because we won't want to ride her with the salt. However, she'll probably fare better than some of the modern machinery, but what a beast, what a beast. Absolutely love this machine. We'll hopefully get one of the drifts on a helmet soon and take her, let you actually see what she's like to ride. Initially, what I would say is, of the era compared to modern bikes rev really quickly. They've got lighting crankshafts, lighting pistons, everything's light. This is a heavy old lump, but that doesn't mean it's slow. This is not a slow bike. It still is quick. What the difference is the engine doesn't rev really quickly. It revs slower, it builds slower, but it still goes like a bat out of hell. But anyway, she wanted to do the whole Top Gun thing. Because of the condition of it, even she's sort of said, no, I don't want to touch it. Again, the camera's maybe not picking up. It's sort of the black with the grey and the gold, and black and gold obviously always goes well. The gold wheels. It's needing a few wee bits and pieces touched up here and there, but you know, again, it's a usable classic. Again, you know, it's got the non-standard rear rack, but I think that's really practical because this will get a roll bag on it or whatever, can go camping on it, loads of stuff. It's got a helmet lock, you can lock your helmet to the bike. But one thing that struck me all the way home, 300 miles, apart from the footrest being quite high for me, being an old git, was just how versatile this is as a sort of all-rounder. This can be sporty, but it can also be very practical. Again, flat seat. Why did we start having these perches? You know, I don't know. You know, even, obviously I've got my tank bag on it, but the seat on my BMW R1250 RS, the passenger seat is quite a bit higher than the rider's seat. And yeah, that one's a wee bit higher, but it's still a sort of flat seat. And it's none of this back end of the bike like that. You know, they might look pretty. Somebody obviously decided years ago that bikes with a really raked tail end was cool. I hate it. Why have it? Why not have these nice, elegant slope to the back? Anyway, I could rabbit on all day about this machine. Riding at home, so versatile, so brilliant. It really is an amazing machine. As I say, hopefully we'll get a drift on one of the helmets soon. We'll take it out and we'll let you see it and hear it running. But meantime, thanks very much for watching. I know I do blether a bit, but hopefully you'll find this interesting.